He's sharpest before 8 p.m. So, say that the Pentagon at some point picks up an incoming nuke. It's 11 p.m. Who do you call? The First Lady? And are you guys just not, since February, testing President Biden for Parkinson's or for dementia? Because if he gets a bad result, it's all over that day.
All right, thanks, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the most revealing press conference from the White House that I've ever been privy to, I've ever witnessed, I've ever seen, and you have to watch what gets exposed in the next 5 to 6 minutes. Holy macadamia nut. And one must really give credit to Peter Doocy from Fox News for really grilling White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre, who, I just like saying that, Karine Jean-Pierre, who it seems like she absolutely cracked finally. I mean, there's only so much that you can hold up Tombstone Biden and this farce called the Biden crime family and this deranged lunacy of this woke mafia, extreme radical left party. And it seems like she's cracking under pressure. Check this out.
Provide to all of
It's
you.
a very basic, direct question.
Wait. Hold on. Wait a second.
Eight times, or at least once, in regards to the president specifically.
Hold on a second.
That's what you should be able to answer by this point.
Wait, no. No, wait a minute. Ed, please. A little respect here, please. So,
That was Ed from NBC. That was an actual NBC correspondent just the other day. I just wanted to show you that first, and then I'm going to show you what Doocy does to Karine, or whatever her name is, today. But, I mean, it's becoming abundantly clear. This whole entire party is unraveling.
We know the president says that his health is fine, but it's just his brain. And that he's sharpest before...
He was joking, by the way. I just want to make sure that that's out there. And he was making a lighthearted joke as he was speaking off. He's speaking off the cuff, and he was making a joke. You know the president; he likes to joke a lot. Okay. He's the same guy who says, "I know I look 40," right? So he likes to make jokes. It is a joke. I think people laugh when he says it.
I don't think anybody
He
else.
also said he's sharpest before 8 p.m. So, say that the Pentagon at some point picks up an incoming nuke. It's 11 p.m. Who do you call? The First Lady?
He has a team that lets him know of any news that is pertinent and important to the American people.
So wait a minute. He makes jokes about his brain, which is, who's laughing at that? Who thinks that's funny? Do you guys think that's funny? Let me know in the comments. Am I missing the joke? Is it funny to joke about the highest office in the land being occupied by somebody who doesn't have all his faculties, who has become wholeheartedly, inconclusively clear, not just from the debate, but for months and maybe even years, that this guy has been completely out of it and sadly and tragically has been experiencing the beginning stages of, dementia, Parkinson's, any other cognitive neurological issues. How is that funny? And then she says, no, he likes to make jokes. He's funny. I mean, the audacity here to say that was a joke. The audacity here to say, oh, we're just kidding. We're just kidding. He's fine. I know what you think you saw. I know what you think you heard. I know what you may be surmising in your own intelligent, practical brain as an American citizen. And I know you may be thinking after what you saw at the debates, but no. He was kidding. We're all joking. It was just a joke. Ha ha ha. Did anybody laugh? I don't remember that being funny. Do you? Let me know in the comments. Here's another clip where Doocy asks, why is Jill Biden present in these meetings? What is she doing there? Listen to this.
So Kevin McCarthy just said that when he was the speaker, many times when we had meetings in the Oval Office, Jill was there as well. When the First Lady's in these meetings, is she making decisions or is she just advising the president?
No, the president is the president of the United States. He makes decisions.
Okay. Another family member. President Biden has told me before, he and his son don't have any business dealings together. So what is Hunter Biden doing in White House meetings.
Are you talking about the meeting where they came together from Camp David and the two of them walked to the president's meeting and he was there?
There's a report that aides were struck by his presence during their discussions.
Look, I'm certainly not going to get into private conversations that occur.
Very short, very uninviting, and doesn't seem very forthcoming and warm and wanting to disclose. There's all sorts of reports, to give you a little bit more context on this clip, that he's not running the show. That when there was talks of him stepping down, he met with his family at Camp David, that some of the strongest voices, there was even a report that Jill Biden yelled at Obama, who was begging him, you need to step down. There was even reports that Hunter Biden was one of the most forceful in that meeting with his family to tell him to stay in the race, and that he started attending cabinet meetings. What is a crackhead doing attending cabinet meetings? I mean, am I the only one that is absolutely scared to death? What is he privy to? What has he been exposed to? What does he know? What kind of intelligence? What kind of classified information? Does he have access to the codes? I mean, I don't know. This is scary stuff. There's Peter Doocy, again, doing the rightful job of being an objective journalist and asking the questions that the American people care about. This is why our forefathers injected freedom of press and these values and principles that I truly believe Doocy is upholding to the utmost. Check this out.
Why doesn't anybody in the president's family urge him just to go to get checked out to say the coast is clear?
Okay, so just to step back just a little bit, because I think you weren't in the briefing room last week. I don't want to go backwards, but just to share a little bit about that night. The president said it was a bad night. He talked about it. He had a cold, right? He talked about his schedule, right, being abroad. And so we spoke about what that night was like for him. And we understand what the American people saw, what you all saw. We've spoken to that. And I also would say, and I think you know this, Peter, you've covered a couple of administrations at this point, that the president, every president, has a White House medical unit that is with him 24/7, that is available to him 24/7. That is unlike any other American, right? That is not the norm. That is uncommon. Just down on the other side of the colonnade is where the medical unit is. And I did share that the president checks in while he's exercising with his doctor a couple times a week. And so he has that. He has something that majority of Americans, all Americans I would probably argue, don't have, which is a full medical unit that is with him at all times. And he gets a full physical, annual physical that we share with all of you. And that is very different than an everyday American who sometimes they're lucky if they can go get a physical. They have to get into a car. They have to take public transportation. The president has, again, a medical unit that's with him here at the White House and travels with him.
So I guess the question is just, you're saying this is not a situation where you would rather just not know if there is an issue with the president, because if he does get a bad result, it is all over. He has to leave office right away. He can't run for re-election.
First of all, it's a hypothetical, right? That you're giving me a hypothetical. But I will also say, just to clear this up, the White House medical unit, his doctor, they don't believe that he needs anything more than what we have been able to provide. A full, detailed, very comprehensive physical that he had 4 months ago. It is their decision to make. It's not yours. It's not mine. It's the White House medical unit.
Wow, Nez Nation. So, the whole purpose of the press and the whole purpose of having a White House press secretary is to assure the Americans. When was the last time that Joe Biden had a big boy conference? When was the last time Joe Biden took some actual questions from the press? Can you remember? Because I can't remember. He keeps sending out DEI hire Karine Jean-Pierre, who obviously is just losing it. She's becoming unhinged as we speak. Where is the president? How many times did you see Trump do a Q&A with the press? How many times did you see President Obama, Bush Do I need to even go further down the line? I mean, this guy has not once done a live press conference with no teleprompter, taking questions, especially now. It's such an integral point in his presidency, the fact that the election is only 4 or 5 months away, the fact that 4 months away, the fact that there's so much speculation, so much concern, so many people scrutinizing his ability to go forward, plenty of people on his own party telling him to step down. And where are you? Where is he? He calls in on the phone because he, needs to be able to read his script. He calls in on the phone on the Morning Joe show. Excuse me? Where is your sense of duty? Where is your obligation, your oath to the office, your oath, your pledge to the American people? You're supposed to make me feel comfortable. You're supposed to be running for re-election. What is going on here? He has a team. He has Hunter Biden, a crack addict. He has his wife, who's a power-hungry fiend in meetings. He won't take a cognitive test to prove, just a simple cognitive test that just says, here you go, clean bill of health. I don't know, every job on the planet, pretty much that's worth their while, they require a drug test. They require some kind of test, right? You would think the highest office in the land would be open to something like this. It's just absolutely ludicrous. I would love to hear from you guys. I throw this off to you, Nez Nation. Let me know in the comments. What do you think is happening here? What do you think of the White House press secretary? What do you think of the second time this week? It's delayed big time, almost like it's just in complete disarray. What do you think of Peter Doocy asking the poignant questions? I would love to hear from you. As always, if you made it this far, in the pinned comment, show notes, and description down below is our free newsletter. Become a Nez Nation Insider so you never miss out on anything. All the latest breaking live news right to your inbox that mainstream media won't cover. That is down below. Check out these videos coming up on the screen right now. Follow, subscribe down there. And as always, may God bless you and may God bless America. I'll see you soon.